Hey guys, and thanks for checking out my channel. The question that we'll be looking at today is, why did Jesus associate sickness with sin? Now this came from Matthew chapter 9 verses 1 to 7, when Jesus Christ healed a man who was sick of the palsy. Instead of just laying hands on him perhaps, Jesus Christ said this: "Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee." And then again, a few verses later after that, "But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins, then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go unto thy house. And he arose, and departed to his house." So clearly, Jesus forgiving the man's sins is what healed him. So we can see here the connection between illness and sin, not only in Jesus' time, but also in the Old Testament as well. So it was no new thing when Jesus Christ did it. For example, when God was advising the Israelites to serve him, he told them that they wouldn't be ill at all if they did so, in Exodus chapter 15 verse 26. The opposite is actually also true, as when many people sinned, they often ended up with plagues or diseases, like in Exodus 32:35, 2 Kings 5, Numbers 12, Acts 13 verses 7 to 11, and it just keeps going on and on and on. So, as we can clearly see, when one would sin against God, the consequence was often getting ill, and we can see that when Jesus Christ forgave people of their sins, the illness left. So, how about we take this concept a step further, and we think about the entire world, and how the righteous will rise from the dead? Well, when they do that, when the righteous rise from the dead, they'll be raised sinless because of the ransom of Jesus Christ, according to Hebrews chapter 9, verses 26 and 12. And that account says, "But now once in the end of the world hath he appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. Neither by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us." So, this is important because when one has no sin in them, there is no illness. So, when the righteous fully rise, they will have no sin when they rise from the dead. That's why Isaiah the prophet said in Isaiah chapter 33 verse 24 that everyone who's raised to live forever will never be sick. That verse says, "And the inhabitants shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven of their iniquity." But of course, it's not just illness that'll be gone when sin is cleansed or forgiven, but also death. Death also comes from sin, as when Adam and Eve were perfect in the Garden of Eden, according to Genesis chapter 1 verse 31, they didn't die and just lived and lived and lived. But when they sinned in Genesis 3, they then died afterwards. When the righteous are cleansed of their sin, when they resurrect, they'll also never die for that same reason. They're sinless, so no death. As Jesus Christ said in John 6:40, "And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son, and believeth on him, may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day." So, what's the long and short of this all matter? Well, Jesus Christ associated sin with sickness because when one sins, they're now susceptible to illness. However, there's hope, as when the righteous are resurrected, there will be no more sin in them at all. So illnesses will be completely gone, along with death as well. So that is the end of this video today, and there'll also be one next week about another important topic that I found interesting that I want to share with you guys. If you like this kind of content and you want to support my channel and see more of it, then you can also subscribe so it can show up more in your feed, and hit the like button, and also hit that notification bell so you'll also be notified of when I post again. Have a great day, and I'd love to see all of you soon.